Well, thank you for agreeing to have a conversation with us.
Thank you, Mama V.
And congratulations to you for winning the Ejiso constituency seat.
Thank you very much.
So we will see you in the 8th Parliament.
Definitely. Glory to God.
Great.
And thanks to the people of Ejiso constituency.
I'll come back to the issues surrounding the win.
Okay.
Or things that happen after the win.
Okay.
But I want us to look at your office, first of all.
Yeah.
And I want us to look at what you've been able to achieve or not in the year 2020.
Okay.
One of the issues that we've battled with, jobs. There are people who still need jobs today.
Yes.
But you claim you've created over, well, you state on your website, for instance, that you've created over 90,000 jobs.
Sure.
So why do we still have a lot of unemployed people in the system if you've created that many jobs?
Okay, thank you very much. Obviously, there are so many young people in this country who are looking for jobs. And the Ghana kind of unemployment situation, when they say they are looking for jobs, sometimes it's also more to do with changing of jobs. People are not so happy with what they are doing. They think that if they had a better job, they will hook onto. But we still have large numbers of unemployment because if you look at the backlog especially between 2013 and 2016 when we joined the IMF and there was some kind of embargo on public sector recruitment, we had millions of youth without jobs. So if you come in and, the past 4 years, collectively we have done about 2 million jobs from all sectors, both private and public sectors, across different ministry sectors, departments and agencies, and also in the private sector.
Is this the NEIP initiative?
Contributed up to about 100,000 of those jobs, but of course job creation cannot be one agency business. It has to be NAPCO, it has to be Planting for Food and Jobs, it has to be the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, it has to be the National Youth Employment Agency. So it is, when you're talking about job creation, you are talking about different agencies, ministries and departments playing their role to create opportunities and space for young people to work. But I am happy to announce that so far, through the NEIP program, we were able to create over 100,000 jobs in the last...
in 2020 alone?
No, in 2020 alone, we did 26,000 across the country in 2020 alone. And even in the last quarter, going into December, we came out a special program called the Ghana Skills Development Program, where we partnered with faith-based institutions like the churches, the Muslim groups, to train their business groups because of COVID. So it was like a COVID support to different institutions and groups which are faith-based. And that also helped to touch about 50,000 individuals across the country. So yes, we have not done all issues of unemployment, but I can tell you that we have responded heavily to the question of youth job creation in the country.
So why do we still get a lot of people screaming and saying they don't have jobs? There's a lot of graduate unemployment also.
Yes, it is true. And I've told you the numbers are in millions. So when you create hundreds of thousands of jobs, we still have to do more. And that is why we ask the Ghanaian people to give us 4 years to do more. But the good news is that the NDC in the previous administration, when they used to have youth enterprise support, which is what is now the NEIP, the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, they supported only 66 businesses across the country in all their 8 years. So if we have done over 100,000 jobs in 3 years or 4 years, it means that we can do better.
How do we verify this number that you've given us?
Well,
where do we find the people that you've given the jobs?
They are all over the country. If you go to our website, there are people with contacts. These are public information you can verify. And especially in 2020, we worked through every district assembly in Ghana. We train a minimum of 100 businesses across the country in every district. So it's a matter of just speaking to the local authority in your district and find out which people benefited. They are there. You can confirm.
Can we clarify something? Is it creating jobs from the scratch, or you're training people who already have businesses?
Both. But the focus of the NEIP program is from ideation to startup and scale up stage. So sometimes people have it, but you need to empower them more to scale up. Sometimes too, they have it in ideation. For instance, one of the key programs my office and National Service collaborated to do is to select students who have started their own businesses on campus or have ideas to start their businesses on campus. Then during the National Service, they get them posted to NEIP, and we post them on their businesses for the 1 year. So the 1 year that you are receiving government allowances for National Service, you are actually working for yourself and growing your business. At the end of the day, when you finish your NSS program, you can apply for further funding under the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program.
How many such people did you get in the year 2020?
2020, we have about 50.
50
young people.
Okay.
And assuming each of them is employing 3 or 4 people, you can count the number of jobs that are being created.
Yeah, but we also know that new startups also fail.
Yes. That's the reality of startup across the world. But sometimes you notice that even the little percentage that do well and survive have better impact on the economy than not attempting to support startups at all.
What the kind of support that you do training
first,
but you also give cash to some people.
Sure.
And you say that in 2020 you've given a lot more people than you did previously.
Sure.
Even though you give them less compared to what you've given out in the previous years.
Yes.
Okay. But how many of these people actually pay back? Because this is not free cash.
No, this is not free cash. This is government funding, and it's taxpayers' money, so we have to recoup. And the reason why we are able to do more this year is because the previous recovery rate was high. So we're able to add the recovered funds to addition to this year's budget to give out more. I can say that because of the processes and procedure of the NEIP program, we have very high recovery rates, over 70%. But for COVID, before COVID was 70%. In fact, COVID brought it almost to zero because the president himself issued an embargo on repayment for 6 months, so we were not getting it. What we do is that after we have trained and funded your project, you have 3 years compulsory mentoring engagement with the program. So we send people to you, those who train you become your mentors and guide you and see how best, when it's your repayment schedule is due, you are able to pay on time. So we had a very high repayment rate, and it's still very high. But now, because of the COVID, we needed to, give a lot of room to so many people to pick up. But the good news is that now they have started repaying, and business is back on track.
So, because you said there was the 6-month window.
Yes.
So when did people start paying?
Depends on the nature of businesses we fund. Some of the businesses, they can start paying after 2 months.
Okay.
Especially those who are into fashion, designing, clothing and selling, and those trading. But those who want to go into, let's say, livestock rearing, those who want to do poultry, you need to give them up to 6 months for them to go through the period of planting and harvesting and marketing before they can come and settle.
Okay.
So those who pay regularly can do monthly. And the NEIP allows you to negotiate your periods of repayment. So you can choose monthly payment, quarterly payment, once a year or quarterly, depends. So you tell us the nature of your business. Once we are putting the funds in, we know when to start asking you to pay back.
Okay, have you had people coming forward because of COVID-19 to renegotiate the terms of repayments?
Several of them, and we understood them. We had to send people on the field, and of course, restaurants were closed down, hotels were closed down. So if somebody was into that sector, there was no way you will expect the person to be able to repay. So yes, even public activities like weddings and churches. So if somebody was into fashion, clothing, obviously you have to understand that the business
event organization,
the business was going to go down. So yes, several of them have re-engaged us for more flexible repayment terms.
Have you factored in those who can't genuinely pay at all pay back?
We haven't seen that yet. I mean, businesses go down, but doesn't mean you're out of business. And it's not good on your business to tell us you're, liquidated. I mean, you've gone bankrupt. That means that you are not even entitled to further support. But those who come to us actually want further support. They want further engagement. And it's not always about the money. Sometimes we are able to help them with access to market, which helps them to revamp their businesses. Yeah.
Okay. So would you say you've made losses in 2020 with regards to the loans that you've given out and the repayments?
We are not looking for profits. So I won't say we have made losses. But I would say that the level of impact we wanted to make with our intervention has not been achieved the way we wanted because of the target we set. But we understand it because of the times. And it's not only about Ghana. In fact, it's a global thing that we are even lucky to be less hit by it.
How much money do you have left end of 2020?
For the year budget, we exhausted. It is year by year basis, so I won't say we have anything left.
That was what, 100,000?
Million.
100 million.
The 100 million was the period of 2017 to 2020, which we have exhausted. In the next term, we have $200 million target for skills and job creation.
Which is 2021?
From 2021 to 2024.
Okay,
yes.
So that's 4 years.
So that's double. So we are hoping to double whatever we did in the first term.
Okay.
Through the NEIP and other job creation institutions.
So the window for people to apply has closed for 2020?
Yes, it's likely to open in March of 2021.
Okay, so first quarter?
First quarter.
Okay, great. All right, so now let's come back to your personal achievement in 2020.
Okay.
You fought the battle again in Ejiso and you won, which means that you'll be in Parliament in January.
Yes.
Okay, so congratulations again.
Thank you, Mama.
Yeah, but there were issues surrounding the win. For instance, we heard about, was it the constituency chairman whose house was set ablaze?
Yes.
How far with that situation? How has it been resolved? Has he received justice? You are a lawyer.
Yes, it's a painful experience. It was very difficult news for everybody, very sad and painful. Unfortunately, when bad things happen, you have to be calm. So we are all calm about it. We reported it to the authorities. Fire service came in. The Ghana Police Service came in. Investigation is still ongoing.
So we don't know the cause.
We don't know the cause yet.
We can't tell if it is arson.
No, we can't tell. Well, there are suspicions, but there is no basis for me to say it's A or B. And I have advised all of them to be calm and for us to look up to the police and the CID for them to do a thorough investigation to advise us on what was the cause and all that. A lot of things can cause fire in our homes. And whilst we think that it could be arson, it could also be an accident. So let's wait for the police to come out and then we can make conclusions.
Is all well within the constituency NPP?
Very,
because
very well.
This sounded more like an internal issue than, an inter-party kind of thing.
Well, there can be conflict in every household. But I can tell you that Ejiso NPP is one of the most united constituencies across the country. If you look at our vote results, from 54,000 in 2016, we got 69,800 in 2020. That's a massive addition of over 15,000. So if you are not united, you can't add on the votes. We can have one or two disagreements amongst ourselves, as is always the case even in families. So I don't think that it is the level where we can be talking about, burning our houses and carrying. No, I don't think so.
Are you convinced that you're going to Parliament in 2021 from a place where everybody's backing you, from even within your own party?
Well, it's not possible to have everybody backing me. Actually, I won by 58% during the primary, so there is still about 42% of the members of my party whom I have to work hard to win their support the next time. So I am not under any delusion that I am going to be supported 100%. But that's why our constitution says that you don't need 100% support. It's a 50% plus one. So I can say that I have the majority support. And once I have the majority support, I'm in a position to work to satisfy everybody in the constituency. And hopefully, they see my performance. Those who are not on my side may decide to join and help me carry out my activities.
I've had many conversations with first-term MPs who went into the House with various backgrounds. You're a lawyer, but I'm told that that is not even an advantage because Parliament is a different ballgame altogether.
Sure.
What should we expect from you? How fast do you think you can learn the procedures of Parliament so we'll see you actively participate?
Well, you're right. We are going in with a mindset to learn, to study. And Elon Musk said that you can be a specialist in every field if you take time to read the basics of the field and concentrate on how you can specialize. So yes, I'm going there to learn as a first-term MP, but I can tell you that with my background in politics from student days, when we have been with Students' Representative Council, with the National Union of Ghana students, and all kinds of General Assembly sittings, which is similar to Parliament. You learn your standing orders, you have to, I mean, your points of order and points of information and all that. We already have the soft skill back days in schools. So it's just a matter of just the first few months observing and learning the rules, and then you'll be able to fully and effectively participate. So I'm very confident that I'm going to play an effective role in Parliament.
We wish you well.
Thank you very much.
And that's an earlier conversation with John Kumah. He won the Ejuso constituency seat. He will be in Parliament, the 8th Parliament. We also talked about the organization that he heads, the NEIP. Gift hand up here. You've got messages because I see you with the WhatsApp tab.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out because you know, people are commenting on different things, and so and then some way somehow our numbers that we put out, people have created, you know, added us to pages. I mean, it's
people are hosting us.
Yeah,
on our
I mean,
page.
like so we have so many pages, so that at the time I can you know actually get through to your message, I'm confronted by so many unsolicited messages. So I'm trying to look through that. But I want to just do this quick shout out to a friend of mine, Mama V. And as the year comes to an end, I think that we should take time to appreciate the people in our lives. His name is Israel Fiani. He's currently a PhD candidate in Australia. And Israel, I've known him since 2010. I know he's watching the show today because he texted me about my dance moves. So, Israel, I just want to use this very special occasion to say that thank you for being there since 2010. We were in an interview at UPSA where I had my first...
A job interview?
Yes.
Did he also get it?
Yeah, he got it.
Oh, okay.
When we started at the same time, January 2010.
Aww.
And we've been friends since 2010.
Nice.
He left, went to, you know, pursue his PhD, and since then we've still been in touch, and he's always there.
I should call him Dr. Israel.
Well, yeah, very soon. This year, I mean, he's faced a lot of hurdles. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy at all.
know.
He's faced a lot of hurdles, but this year, dear. This year, dear. So, Israel Fiani, this is a very special one for going out to you. Mapito is getting ready to do some showbiz.
Yeah,
Please don't call this line. And just a quick shout out again to now Mele van der Poy. You say you have a swollen feet. Please get well very soon, right?
Okay, I have a special shout out, and because you talked about friendship.
Oh yes.
You know, sometimes you create friendships in areas where you actually don't even expect. One person in my life is Mr. Ebenezer Kofi Esel. He's head of Food Industrial Support Services Department of the FDA. I know you're looking at me like, is he your friend?
Yeah, I'm like, hello.
He's a friend beyond the work.
Really?
Beyond the work.
Oh, that one I must investigate.
We have an amazing relationship, even as a family. So, Mr. Ebenezer Kofi Esel of the Food and Drugs Authority a happy New Year to you and your amazing family.
Okay, so let's allow Mapito to come in there. But people are messaging NPP supporters and saying, you know, that politicians are using the opportunity to say thank you to their... Okay, let's Maps come and do entertainment. And when we have some time, maybe we can do the rest of the shout-outs.